a rebirth. That's right. If this video found you, you're going through a major transformation in your life currently right now, and you're undergoing a brand new beginning. And I cannot wait to explore this together simultaneously. This is a video that is timeless and is meant to find those who are undergoing massive changes. So, the first card that comes for you is Activation in Reverse. This is telling me here that you're not being blown in the right direction. You need something to ignite you from the bottom up. This means like in some way that has to do about passion, your fire, your drive. You're waiting for something to blow you in that direction, to blow you in the right path, the right direction. But Spirit is simply saying that you don't need external forces to push you in that direction. All you need is internal. You need to realize that you are the activation. You are what you're waiting for. The universe doesn't take chances on things that don't happen. You have to put it out into the world, into the universe, and take that first step. And the universe and the world, the collective, will respond accordingly to your actions. That moment, that perfect time, the right time they're all waiting for, doesn't happen if you don't take the first step. If you don't try, you just wait, oh, I'm going to be famous one day. If you don't take the first step to put out content, to put out your creative work, what you're going to be known for, then what are you famous for? For doing nothing? No. Spirit is saying you have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort. This is your moment, this is your time for a major rebirth and major transformation. So if you're seeing that, this is a sign from the universe literally telling you to start changing certain aspects of your life. Stop waiting for external, start doing. The next card that comes in is Innovation. You are highly creative, but you are not. For this collective, it feels like almost as if you're not willing to step in. Like you almost feel like there's a sense of shame or a sense of scared or not knowing whether or not you're going to slip up. The reality is you are going to slip up. That is part of being human. That is part of the whole process. You are not meant to be perfect. Yes, I'm a Scorpio innately, but it doesn't mean that I have to accept the imperfect. That because I am imperfect, I'm able to allow myself to accept it. That is something that I personally struggle with. I struggle with the idea and the concept of trying to accept making things as beautiful and as perfect as they can be. But really, the things that I find that are the most imperfect, the most beautiful, are the things that I don't overthink, the things that I don't try to over-conceptualize. Spirit is simply saying the same thing here. We are all undergoing the same journey. I'm not saying here that me telling you, and I'm not doing the work. I'm actually doing the work because I'm telling you actively what is happening simultaneously as you are healing together. Because you are a dragonfly. You're about to emerge. You're about to gain your power. This is a sign that the universe is saying to step in, to go all in, to take that risk, to take that action. That thing that you feel scared of, the thing that you're trying to perfect. Who cares if it's cringy? Who cares if it's not perfect? Just put it out to the universe. Just put it out. Eventually, over time, you will improve. You will gain traction because you will become more comfortable. That is how we perfect ourselves, by accepting the part of us that is imperfect. And that is something I personally have to accept as well. And so we also have here as well is what is about to unfold is the lotus flower. It means unfoldment. That makes sense because it was facing this way, which means that we're currently in the process of blooming into something so beautiful, something so magnificent. The fact that the lotus flower and the lily pad is always simulated in an area or an environment that's in a swamp-like setting, where it's very still water, because it's calm and peace. That is where you bloom. So if you feel like your life is chaotic, or you feel like you can't think, or your mind is just going miles per second, take this moment to take a step back and to allow yourself to reorganize your thoughts, to recollect yourself. Let the lotus mean that you are about to bloom, but you only bloom when there is clarity, and clarity only comes when there is calm. You also have here is protection, which means the caves of the hand, Argentina. This means that you are relying on others to protect you, to shield you. I feel like for some of you guys, you might have like family members who might have protected you from certain events or certain things. And they may have babied you, but you weren't able to learn how to protect yourself, or you're relying on other external protection. Maybe you're hiding behind a wall. Maybe it's a financial burden. Maybe it's a thought process. Whatever it is that this is resonating with, this is meaning that you are hiding behind that. I want you to ask yourself for a moment, What is it that I am protecting myself from? And what is my barrier to who I want to become? And if you can identify those and you can heal that barrier, heal that protection wall that you built up, that ability to allow yourself to not become vulnerable by acknowledging it and seeing it and working towards fixing that, that becomes something that degrades that protection. It doesn't hurt you. It makes you more vulnerable. It makes you more receptive to receiving. And that is what you need to do. That's what you need to be able to understand. Because this new beginning that's happening to you, this new rebirth, requires you to rework, to rewire, to rechange every aspect of your mind, your body, the way you move, your habit, your action, the things you take for granted, your priorities. They need to be rewired. You cannot undergo a transformation if you come out looking like the same person, with the same energy, with the same process, with the same habits. You would never transform. You would still be a caterpillar instead of a butterfly. A butterfly had to go through a metamorphosis, a massive change, a transition from one lifetime to another. But it becomes more beautiful in the second. Because it recognizes that the beauty doesn't come from the first. It comes from the second. It's when you blossom, when you embrace your vulnerability. On the left side here is you have the first card that comes in. It means conflict. You may have had some sort of conflict in the past that kind of got your mind like almost replaying it. It's almost like this the conflict already happened years, decades, days, hours apart, and you're replaying it and how what you would have said or how you would have acted or what you would have done differently. You're replaying that process. Spirit is telling you to simply stop that. That conflict, that idea of bringing it back, is not helping you. It's keeping you in that sudden loop. You're not transitioning. You're not helping yourself because you're rethinking about an event that already passed. It's unchanged. You can't change it. So stop trying to change something by trying to rewire how it would have went with the hypothetical. It already happened. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. And here you also have, as well as you have the gossip card. The gossip card in reverse, along with the magician, the manifestation. So this is saying here that the words that you speak, you manifest. So if you're speaking ill about somebody, you're manifesting ill on that individual. If you're manifesting hate or jealousy or sadness or depression or anger on anybody that's not a positive emotion or a positive thought, you're manifesting it on that individual. You're manifesting on that specific person. Spirit is saying that you are a very strong manifester, but sometimes your authenticity, your most vulnerable aspect is when you are talking, you're speaking truth. When you're speaking about others, but you're not speaking in a positive way. That is where your manifestation skills come in. I want you to think about a moment where you talk negatively about somebody and something positive happened, or that exact thought, that same exact thing that you mentioned happened. Spirit is saying, and I want you to copy that mindset, but apply it positively. How can you apply that to helping others, to heal those people that you hurt? How can you apply that to others and helping them and be like, okay, well, I can't help this individual because, well, they're no longer in my life. How can I help? Well, they're saying to help a stranger, to look at that stranger and say, I'm wishing you well, I'm wishing a better outcome, wishing a better future for you. You're projecting a better outcome for that individual. Eventually, over time, that's going to heal. If you see a homeless man on the street, you say, I wish that person has food. I want him to manifest and be able to eat, to be able to afford something. Right? That is a positive thought. That's how Spirit is wanting you to do. It's wanting you to react to things differently. And be careful with the words you speak in, because you do speak it into existence. So the next card that we have here is deliberation. It means at the feet of China. It's telling you to think before you do, to think about the thing that you desire in this world. It's telling you to not move quickly. It's telling you to really sit down and think for a moment and ask yourself, of all the things I want in this world, would this desire make me the happiest person on the planet? And if the answer is yes, then that is the answer. If the answer is no, then it is not the answer. And I want you to comment that in the comment section below. What are the good things in your life? What are the good things I want you to think about? What are the good things that you believe innately that is within your benefit, that's going to help not only the universe, but also help yourself and keep you at the happiest, the highest frequency possible? If you can answer those simple questions, then you are on the right track. Then you're going to undergo this next phase of expansion, which means Jupiter. Interesting, it is Jupiter. You are about to undergo a massive expansion. Once you recognize and you start to realize after sitting with yourself with your thoughts about your internal desires, what you really want out of this lifetime, by removing the cloudiness, what you thought you wanted, and only keeping what you know what you definitely want, what's going to make you happy and keep you whole, that is going to allow you to expand because you are embracing the parts of you that truly desire the best outcome. And then here you have is exuberance, the roaring 20s in Paris. You're going to be starting to celebrate. You're going to start to be happy. You're going to start to be very excited about what life is offering you because you're no longer in this negative mindset. That's why the negative aspect cards come into the left side, because that means your past. But in the present, you are undergoing a massive change. You already started to change in your process of your mind. So it maybe the aspect of me telling you about the negative mindset and manifestation might have been something you've done in the past. Might have not been something you've done in the future, but your mindset is now being rewired. And you might have recognized that. You might have not known what you were doing subconsciously, but you were rewiring. And the last card for this specific one is flexibility, a prehistoric bamboo forest with a tiger. Flexibility. Yes, there's going to be obstacles, and bamboo grows in massive clumps. I don't know if you've ever seen a bamboo, but there'll be multiple stalks coming up. And bamboo is very hard to walk through. It almost feels like a jail cell, essentially. You can't walk through it. But the thing is that there are ways around it. There are ways around it. You can climb it. You can break it, if you could. You can walk. You could try to separate. You can take a machete and cut. But regardless, it's telling you to be flexible, to be adaptable, to not just be comfortable in a new reality, into your new world. It's telling you to accept that something is coming, that something is massive in your life, and that it's going to change. You are going to have a new beginning. It's going to be a positive one. It's going to be a happy one. But this flexibility is calling for you to recognize that there are going to be some challenges with your adaptability, and you need to be able to be adaptable, make plans. Don't make it with absolute certainty, but say, well, if this doesn't work out, if this is no longer in alignment with me, this is what I want to go towards instead. This is what I want to be able to achieve instead. It's saying to be flexible. The thing that also is challenging you in the future is stillness. Is you're being too still. Sometimes it's okay to move. It's okay to keep juggling. For others of you, it might be in relation to you need to sit down, meditate, get into a grounding state. But maybe you might be moving too much and you need to ground yourself. The next card is magic. Gluttony, Britain. This is like almost like the Ace of Cups, essentially. Right? This saying here is that you are magic, you are beautiful. But you need to be able to stay calm. Because something is coming. I feel like for some of you guys, this is in relation to relationships. You know, you need to just allow yourself to just be still, to not keep pushing, to not move fast for somebody. The Spirit is telling you to slow down. There's new beginning, there's new world that's coming in. It's going to bring the right person in for you. And how do I know that? Because we have a man on a horse in knight shining armor. Right? So he is coming. It's saying to be still, to not move it, to not rush it. Enjoy the journey to the night. And here you have his miracle, the Northern Lights, Ireland. Because it is going to be a miracle. This new beginning, you finding your soulmate, to find your person, your twin flame. You are heading in that direction. You are undergoing that new transformation, the rebirth. You know, it's funny because one of my clients a long time ago asked me, well, Chris, why won't you tell me why I can't know about my soulmate? Why are you not wanting to tell me the description of my soulmate? Well, because here's the thing. If I told you what your soulmate would have been, what he would have maybe done, or what he may have looked like, you would spend your entire life searching for that person, looking, fitting every category into that little perspective, this little detail that I give you. That you forget that in order to be in alignment with that soulmate, with the person you're meant to be with in this lifetime, you need to be able to heal. You need to be able to meet certain people that grow you into the person you're meant to become when you find your person. Because you owe it to your other person, your soulmate, your partner, your twin flame, to be the person that they need, not the person that's in the now. The reason why you don't have them is because you are not in alignment with what's best for them as well. The universe brings two people together when they are in alignment, when they are meant to be together, when they are at the same energetic frequency. When you find yourself fixated on the idea of finding this individual who looks just like the soulmate, but you ignore all the other men, all the women, all your days and them, doesn't matter. And they all look and fit this description, you will find yourself having nothing. Because that person that you were meant to be with, because you ignored all the other people, you are no longer compatible. Which means you just lost your soulmate. But that doesn't mean you won't get another one. It doesn't mean that the one you thought you had, you would never have again. So, that is why you're not meant to know who your soulmate is. You're not meant to know the details. You're not meant to know everything, because otherwise, if you knew everything, you will screw it up. You will self-sabotage your potential to be with the person you're meant to be. That is why Spirit is simply saying to be still. To not worry about what you want out of this life, what you want out of this person. Because it's the magic, it's the joy, it's the idea of it coming in when it's meant to happen. And that is when miracles occur. That is meant for a few of you, or maybe a lot of you. I don't know who that's going to resonate with, but there's a lot of people watching this video. We have the Fool card. This means new beginning. You are entering into a new phase of new beginning. That takes place around the time after you meet your person or your individual. And here you also have its endings. What you once thought was an ending for you is now a beginning. Right? This is interesting that this comes in simultaneously. The Fool card means new beginning, and this card indicates the Ten of Swords reverse means the ending, which means that this is double beginning. You are transforming twice. You are catapulting twice. You are transforming twice. You are going from this negative mindset into the person you're meant to be. And when you find your person, you're transforming again. You're transforming into the best version of you. You go from not the best to the best to the best, the absolute best version of you. When we start to look at your energy here, you have very playfulness. You are a very, very fun person. You are very adventurous. You love to enjoy life to its fullest. On the top of that here is you like adventure. You like to go on roads, things that are unconventional, things that where people would be afraid to step. You're not afraid. You're willing to take that step. You're willing to take that advancement. And that is where your greatest risk, that's where your greatest reward comes from. That's where your greatest growth comes from. Take those risks. Take those chances. Have that playful banter. Don't let somebody else tell you that you can't. Have color in your life is what I'm hearing. Have color. That might be resonating with some of you. The bottom deck is options. Keep your options open. Don't be so keen on an option of only one thing only happening that you kind of like occlude yourself from the other possibilities. It's kind of like alluding to what we talked about earlier in the video, where you have to be open to allowing yourself to that flexibility, to that adaptability. At the top of deck here, we have kindness, the Queen of Pentacles, to be kind to others. To see the goodness in humanity, even if you are feeling down, doesn't mean you have to share that negativity. You can get into a mindset and be like, I'm wishing well onto that person. And eventually, over time, when you wish well on somebody else, you are raising your vibration, which means it gets you out of that gunk, out of that negative feeling, that negativity. Try to catch yourself. Yes, we all do. Yes, we have those thoughts in our head. Catch yourself and try to rewire. It takes time. But once you do it often enough, it will become a part of you. The bottom deck here is this rebirth. Rebirth. You are changing. We also have here what changes your DNA, the karma. No longer accept the karma that's coming to you. And now start accepting the good that's coming. But you have to take that step. It's all about your perspective on the world. It's all about changing your mindset and how you perceive the world around you. And the bottom deck here is new beginning. Again, another card that indicates new beginning. This is the top of the deck. You are changing. You are evolving. You are about to experience brand new things, but you need to take that first step. Take that first ignition. Stop waiting for the universe to blow you in the right direction. Take the first step and the universe will guide you. For example, think of it this way. You are like a wooden boat. Right? You know how they always have like that cloth flag that helps blow them in the wind? You're like a wooden boat. A wooden boat cannot sail the ocean if it has been put inside the ocean to sail. You are the same way. If you want to be a content creator, an author, you cannot expect the universe, the world to blow you in that direction if you don't take the first step. Put your feet in the water and everything else will follow. Everything else will follow. You are transforming, my love. You are changing. You are rebirthing into the person you're meant to be. You are beautiful. You are kind. You are somebody who's human. You are human. Don't shame yourself for those negativity. Don't shame yourself for those thoughts. Instead, do good for others. Embrace goodness for others. Because in the end, the universe will reward you for that same kindness that you give out. Because not only are you helping yourself rewire, you're helping somebody else along the path. Somebody who doesn't know that they need help, or somebody who doesn't realize that the world is still out there. You don't know the impact you're about to make on somebody's life until you see them decades later. You're making an impact. Your voice, your feeling, your energy, your movement, your kindness radiates. Don't dim it, because you might have just saved somebody. Thanks for watching. I love you. You got this.